a year ago, I posted a video called the best Roblox One Piece game of all time. And in this video, I basically ranked every single One Piece game that I had ever played. And I actually reposted that video on a month ago, except this time it was for 2022. Now, as you all know, the final season of Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War arc is currently airing. And with that came a lot of new Bleach games. So I figured for today's video, why not do the same thing I did for those One Piece games for Bleach? Because we have actually gotten a decent amount of Bleach games. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, I would appreciate if you hit that sub button. Let's get straight to the video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I made 5 tiers here. We have GOATs, great, good, okay, and terrible. Hopefully I don't have to put any games in terrible, but there are a few here that I really did not like, if I'm being completely honest. With that being said, we're gonna start with Karakura Online. Honestly speaking, this was a Bleach game where when I played it for the first time, I didn't think it was gonna die. I thought it was made really well, and it was genuinely fun. So I'm gonna put this in good. The game wasn't bad whatsoever. The skills were cool. It was fun. The combat was nice. I actually thoroughly enjoyed playing Karakura Online. I don't remember why I died. I'm pretty sure the only reason why this game stopped getting players was because the owners actually closed it themselves, so I really think that this game could have survived. It just didn't. Yeah, I can't really say too much about that, as Karakura Online was a good Bleach game. I can't really talk any crap about it, and I can't really call it a great game either, because it wasn't amazing. It was more so average. Next up, I have Bleach, and this is definitely one of the, if not the best Bleach game on Roblox. I absolutely adore Bleach. The combat was fun if you were playing with friends. Even if you didn't have friends, you can enjoy the game by yourself. It was just so fun. The PvE was great. The PvP was great. Honestly, the only downside to Bleach was it was a very grindy game. There was a lot of PvE, especially if you wanted to be like a Hollow or an Iran car. You had to literally sit there in Hugo Mundo and grind for hours. But other than that, Bleach was a good game. It was made really well. It was designed really well too, as it was a pretty unique game for its time, I'd say. Yeah, Bleach is one of the GOATs for sure. The Bankai in that game were so cool. The Shikai were cool as well. You had to actually go ahead and talk to your inner spirit, which is something that you'd think every Bleach game would have, but surprisingly enough, a lot of Bleach games don't actually do that. And even if they do, the way that Bleach did it was just really good. Next up, we have Soul's Battle, and this is a Bleach game where unfortunately it's not really finished yet, so I can't really talk about it too much, but Soul's Battle definitely has to go to great. I mean, the game is fun, it has good graphics, the combat is enjoyable. I can't really speak on it too much as the game is not out yet. I mainly put it on here in the first place because the game has been in testing for a few months now, so I have actually gotten some experience on it, but it's not out yet. I feel like when it is out, I'll be able to say a little more. You know what, I'm actually just gonna put it in good for now because it's not anything crazy as of yet. Okay, so I had to reset it because I actually forgot about Soul War, so that's the next game I'll talk about. Soul War, I'll put at good. It was a new Roblox Bleach game that came out a little while ago. It is now currently being revamped, so we will see a second version of this game in the near future, but it was a decent game. Honestly, I can't really say too much about Soul War as I didn't play it too much, but the combat was decent. It wasn't anything crazy, but it wasn't necessarily bad either. The PvE was fun, and I do remember that it did have some unique concepts for a Bleach game, like training to unlock skills, which is a pretty cool idea, but other than that, the game really wasn't too special, so I can't talk on it too much. Next up, we have Soul Saga, which is one of my personal favorite Bleach games, but I have to put it in okay because the game really wasn't that good. The graphics were alright, and the combat was okay. To get your Shikai and Bankai, you did have to actually beat your spirit, which is a pretty cool aspect, so maybe that'll put it at good, but the game always felt kind of rushed, and this game did mean a lot to me because it's what I kind of started my YouTube channel off, but other than that, it really wasn't anything too crazy. If I'm being completely honest, I have to say the same thing for Reaper. Reaper was an okay Bleach game. It was good for its time, but looking into the future, it doesn't seem like anything crazy good to me. But I will say is Reaper did have some interesting combat for a Bleach game. All the different Bankai and Shikai always felt very unique and well planned out, so I do have to say Yakris did a good job with that. Aside of the Bankai and Shikai though, the game really didn't look crazy good. The graphics were kind of mediocre overall. The animations, the game really just didn't look crazy good overall, but right after that they have Reaper 2, and I'll put that at good because it definitely was way better than Reaper 2. But it also wasn't anything crazy like a Bleach. I mean, Reaper 2 was a good game. They're consistently updating it, which is really good because it's one of the few Bleach games on this list that are actually alive. And again, some of these games also haven't actually been released yet, but still, Reaper 2, it's not a bad game. It definitely improved as far as graphics and animations and all of that, but it's still just not my type of game. It's basically just a better looking version of Reaper 1. So next up, I'm gonna do Bleach Era, and I don't care what anybody says, I'm putting this straight at terrible. This is the worst Bleach game I have ever played. It's very rare that I upload a video titled "I don't like this this anime game, or I hate this anime game, or even I dislike this anime game, because normally I play a good amount of games that I'd say I enjoy. But Bleach Era, when I recorded this game, the first thing I wanted to title this video was I don't like this new Roblox anime game, because I really didn't enjoy Bleach Era. I really just disliked this game. It came out, it was extremely buggy, the game just didn't look good, it didn't play good, and what's crazy is this game I actually still had better graphics than a game like Rebirth or Soul Saga, and I still prefer those games. I think that Bleach Era is a good example of why you should always prefer, or at least in my opinion, prefer gameplay over graphics, because when you focus on nothing but graphics and the game really doesn't play very well on release, you get Bleach Era. So yeah, definitely my least favorite Bleach game. I do not like Bleach Era. Next up we have Project Mugetsu. I'm gonna put this at okay. This is another game where, just like Soul's Battle, it's not actually released yet, so I can't say too much, but when this game does drop, we'll see how good it really is. But for now, I'll just put it okay. Next up we got Bleach Hollow's Return. I'll put this at great. This is a really old Bleach game that I'm sure 95% of you guys watching right now don't even remember, but when it did come out, this game was so good. This was one of the best games on Roblox for such a long time, and this did come out back when I want to say in maybe early middle school, so I was really young when this came out. I think even before that, actually. Yeah, this is a great game. I don't remember too much from it, but it was one of my favorite games as a child. And then finally we have Bleach Primera, which I have to put at GOAT. I mean, the game was just so good. Bleach Primera was a game where I think at the time it came out, I was just a little bit too young to appreciate it, but now looking back on it, I wish I'd been able to play when the game was actually alive, because it was a great Bleach game. The way you got your Bankai, Shikai, the combat, all of it was just so well thought out. I'm pretty sure that's Snake World who made Bleach Primera, so I mean, obviously the game's gonna be good. It's a Snake World game. So yeah, with that being said, this has been my top 10, or I'm fucking out. This has been my favorite Bleach games. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Stop by the Twitch channel, please. I'm gonna be live as soon as I post this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.